Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and Joshua Pearce completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Doohan, Crawford, Esteban Ocon, and Aaron, Webber, Coulthard, Leclerc, and Oscar Piastri, Hayes, Albon, Richard Verschoor, and Tanitsa, Antonelli, Tramnitz, Lance Stroll, and Ollie Behrman, Sonoda, Norris, Russell, and Pepe Marti rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race...
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check, okay.
We're still in with a chance of...
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are the fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 43.1. Behrman, Antonelli, Leclerc, Coulthard and Norris. We've been pushed down to P22. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:43.1. Fantastic, you've got pole position.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Coulthard, Antonelli, Lando Norris, and Webber, Pierce, Piastri, Ocon, and Paul Aron, Behrman, Sonoda, Pepe Marti, and Stroll, Crawford, Tramnitz, Jack Doohan, and Alex Albon. For sure, Russell, Tanitsa, and Sonny Hayes rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver?
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
We're still in with a chance of winning this title. We need you to push as hard as you can in the 5 remaining races. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
And it's victory today for Isack Hadjar.
I know every race has equal importance in terms of points, but when you get to this part in the championship, it's clearly on your mind as you're looking to see how far up the order you can finish. And races like this certainly help that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved watching that action today, and I'm sure these three have loved taking part. Here come our podium finishers. And it's Isack Hadjar who triumphs today. He's claimed that top spot with an outstanding performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
We have something for you to look at, please. Great news. They've accepted that contract and signed on the dotted line. We should celebrate. And make sure we figure out how to stop any leaks about it. Nice work getting this one over the line. Great news. They've accepted that contract and signed on the dotted line. We should celebrate. And make sure we figure out how to stop any leaks about it. Nice work getting this one over the line.
Notice that it's been a while since we've had any upgrades to our facility. Don't forget, there's always things to improve.
No pit stops, no strategy. It's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaro Ring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 14.7. Antonelli, Coulthard, Leclerc, Webber and Piastri. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Russell, Aaron and Ocon. And we're in front of Norris, Crawford and Behrman. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:14.4. And just behind us are Antonelli, Coulthard and Tsunoda.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaro ring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, David Coulthard, and Russell, Sonoda, Aaron, Webber, and Ollie Bearman, Ocon, Vershaw, Lando Norris, and Pierce, Crawford, Hayes, Pepe Marti, and Lance Stroll, Tramnitz, Tanitsa, Doohan, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, we had an issue attaching the left rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, George is coming in for his stop. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
What a day! He's dominated from start to finish, proving that once more Red Bull gives you wins, and it's a win for Isack Hadjar.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. And it's Isack Hadjar who triumphs today. He's claimed that top spot with an outstanding performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Hey, boss, have you got a moment to look at something?
Hey, Chief, just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.